Hi and welcome to this tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to highlight the day of the week that corresponds with the date you pick on a date picker. Let's get started. Firstly, let's add a date picker. For this example, I'll use cell E2, but you can pick a cell of your choice when you're doing this on your own. With the cell selected, go to Data, Data Validation, select Add Rule, and under Criteria, select Is Valid Date. Under Advanced Options, select Reject the Input. Now click on Done. To check if the date picker has been added, double-click on the cell. Now you can see that it's been added. I prefer to format my dates as day, month, year. But if you want the format a different way, with the cell still selected, go to More Formats, Custom Date and Time, delete the format there, and add the order that you want. You'll see it change. Let me undo this by pressing Ctrl Z on my keyboard. Now let's add the days of the week. I'll use cells E3 to K3. That's 7 cells for the 7 days. I'm going to use abbreviations starting with Sunday. You can start with Monday if you like. Type SUN in cell E3. To add the rest of the days, click on the little blue circle in the bottom right corner of cell E3. Then drag it across to cell K3. That will add the other days in the cells from F3 to K3. Now let's add our formula. We want the formula to be in cells E3 to K3. Select cell E3. Now click and hold Shift and select cell K3. Now go to Format and select Conditional Formatting. Because we've already selected our cell range, it's been added under Apply to Range. Now under Format Rules, select Format Cells if Custom Formula is. Now let's add our formula. And under Formatting Styles, let's change the fill color. I'll go with this one. Now this formula checks if the weekday in cell E2 is the same as the weekday written in cell E3. Let's break it down. This part points to a specific cell in your spreadsheet. It stays fixed no matter where you move the formula. The dollar signs in cell references are used to indicate whether the reference is absolute or relative. In other words, fixed or flexible. Our formula is in cell range E3 to K3 and it's pointing to cell E2. That means if you move the cell range E3 to K3, it will still reference cell E2. Now, you can move cell E2 to a different location, but doing so has different implications depending on how you move it. If you copy the content of E2 and paste it elsewhere, the formula will still point to E2 because it's a fixed or absolute reference. This means that the reference to E2 remains unchanged. On the other hand, if you cut cell E2 and paste it to a different location, all references to E2, including your formula, will follow the new location and automatically update. This is because cut and paste is more like moving the cell, changing where it physically resides in the spreadsheet. Let's get back to the formula. This part here turns the date in cell E2 into a 3-letter weekday code like SUN for Sunday and MON for Monday, hence these 3-letter Ds. The last part of the formula refers to cell E3 in the spreadsheet. This is a relative column reference, but with a fixed row. Because the dollar sign is before the number, the row 3, is fixed. This means that if you copy the formula to another row, it'll still point to row 3, meaning this will not work. Let me show you. Since the dollar sign is not in front of the letter E, the column is relative. This means that if you copy or move the formula to another column, the column reference will adjust accordingly, meaning it will work. Let me show you. So this whole formula is like asking, is the day from cell E2 the same as what I have in cell E3? If the answer is yes, it returns true. If not, it returns false. Click on Done. Now let's check if everything works. Remember to double-click to access the date picker. And as you can see, whatever date you choose, the matching day will be highlighted. And that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if this video helped you, please leave a like, share it with others, and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on more tutorials and templates. Thank you for watching and take care.